as well, gently coming in. Let's tuck into these. And they're really nice. Yeah. I guess the very first, it wasn't so much a jump scare. But it did scare the life out of me, and that was Sonic the Hedgehog. There's this stage that you have to do, and there's this music which sort of went dun 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 dun, and it sped up. I'm sure a lot of you know the bit, and it used to make me panic like crazy. Does that really put you on edge? Another one, of course, which I've got to mention, is Resident Evil from 1996. And you go through this door and down this hallway. And as you go past this window, a dog smashes through the window, and it plays all this crazy music. And I think that's probably, it's one of the best jump scares in a video game ever. You really do not expect it. There was another game called Outlast. This game pretty much makes you jump all the way through the game, if I'm honest. But there was this one bit in particular when you're going down this sort of hallway to go into this room. It's like a television room. And there's a guy sitting just outside the room in a wheelchair. And he's just sitting there doing nothing. So you walk slowly past him thinking, please don't jump out of the chair, please don't jump out of the chair. And you walk past and he's just sat there. And you actually go past him and go into the room. And you think, oh great, he didn't jump out the chair. So you go and do what you have to do in this room. is another Resident Evil. It's Resident Evil 3, and it's sort of every time Nemesis appears, you go to the police station. And that's where you first encounter him. And you have the choice to either fight him or run into the police station. But then you'll be going through the game and you'll go to an area and they'll be random too, depending how you play the game. So he might be in one place that he usually is, but then be in another place he's not usually because of the way you've played it. So, the door will close and he'll go stars. He'll be there chasing after you, and he's not an easy thing to fight. So, most of the time people just run away. Well, I certainly did. But yeah, that one was always scary. Because the music was absolutely terrifying. Another one was, it was both really. You've got Clock Tower 3 and Haunting Ground, and both of those were like absolutely terrifying. And you had a guy in Clock Tower 3 called Sledgehammer, I think his name was to chase you with his big hammer. Then you had, there was another one, had this gas mask on, and chase you around with his gas mask. And with all this really creepy music. And it was even worse in Haunting Ground. Haunting Ground was a very similar game, where you sort of had all these, things chasing you. And you had to run and hide. And I can't remember the name of the woman in it. But this music was fantastic, but it was terrifying. It was just all this, it was like a mishmash of all these different noises and sounds, and I thought, it was just so good. But also very, very scary. So it was that. Another brilliant one was, it's more recent, it was Resident Evil 8 Village. And there is an absolutely brilliant bit. Where you go to this place and there's numbers written on the walls outside. Yeah. So you go out or come in to this place from the outside, and it's got like a, I can't remember if it's a safe or some box that's locked. Anyway, it's got a numbered combination imagination on it. Do you think? Oh, I remember there was numbers outside. So you're looking out the window, you're putting all these numbers together, and a werewolf jumps up against the window, and it absolutely frightened the bejesus out of me. So that was another really good one that I remember. Another one was the Great Silent Hill 2. You're walking around in this apartment building, and you have like a radio that starts sort of distorting when there are enemies near, and it goes off, and you can hear it going off. And you get to this, it's at the end of the corridor, and it's all barred off, but behind the bars is Pyramid Head, and this bloke is absolutely terrifying. And you look and you think, what the hell is that? Absolutely terrifying, guys, and that he was really scary. And he's quite slow. It's not like Nemesis who runs and chases you. You know, he walks along dragging this big sword, you know, this big giant knife thing. And I went in this place once after playing it several times, and I was walking along, and all of a sudden he was in there when he wasn't before. He just showed up in this place. Oh, and I really did, like, you know, jump. I thought, oh my god. Yes, that I was always terrifying, those. I'm sure there's lots more as well. I mean, that was another one, again, with Resident Evil, was when you played Resident Evil 2 through the second scenario. You played one scenario, say as Claire, played the second scenario as Leon, and you're walking through this corridor, and Mr. X, who they have now dropped out of the sky, he is now coming after you. But he used to smash through the wall, and it was terrifying. You used to smash through the wall. You know, when they sort of done Resident Evil properly, because it went downhill a bit, especially with 6. They redone it with Resident Evil 7, and it was much slower paced and much more scary, and you had the main character in it, who was Jack, like the villain, and he smashed through the walls as well when you didn't expect it. And you'd be in a room and turn around and he'd be there to grab you. Really scary. I mean, there's so many really good jump scares and really scary moments in video games. Another one, back in the days when I used to stream, I once streamed this game called Emily Wants to Play, and you're just walking around in this place in the darkness, and I think you had a torch, and like you just turn around and it would be there, how many of you played, guys? You know, let me know in the comments what games have given you the most sort of biggest jump scares, or just made you feel absolutely terrified. You know, and let me know, because I'd love to hear it. I'll have one more little chug on this. And I'm now going